So, first things first, let me start here by saying I don't know what you've been told to do in terms of scheduling meetings and all of that kind of stuff. And whatever I say, don't let it supersede what you've been told to do. I'm just a guy. So, just take whatever I say with a grain of salt. I'm just trying to hope that something may help. So, let's take a look here in this scheduling window right here. So, if you go in here to your Zoom account and you're scheduling a meeting, which I think is what a lot of the teachers are doing, they're scheduling recurring meetings. Host video on or off, participants on or off, participant video on or off. That's basically what it's going to default to. So if you want them to default to come in with their video on, it will do that. It will still, I believe, make you sign in and turn your video on as a participant. So parents, I don't think it's like going to pop open your camera by itself. Down here under advanced options, mute participants upon entry. I think we should have that checked. Getting 10 kindergartners in a Zoom call is going to be chaotic. There's no way around that. I get it. But I think if we can start with them all muted so we can hear instructions from the teacher and the kids can try and stay a little more focused, I think that would be very helpful. So that was tip number one. The other thing I want to show you here, and let me get out of this window and open up this guy. So I set up a little Zoom meeting with a bunch of cameras, and what I think would be helpful is to figure out this spotlighting tool. Speaker view typically will alternate between who's talking. That's what speaker view typically does. But it also has a second feature. You can do speaker view or gallery view. All right, so this is what gallery view looks like. Gallery view has all the boxes. When you have a bunch of kids, it's kind of hard to follow who is talking because there are little boxes. And if the teacher's reading a book or doing some sort of demonstration, it's hard to see them in that little box, especially on a Chromebook size screen. So, that's gallery view. Speaker view is this, and speaker view will change. Change cameras. So if I change this one, okay, you see that? All right, so there's your speaker view, your gallery view. All right, so let's talk about spotlighting. So spotlighting can only be done by the host. And if I'm the host here, I can go over and I can actually spotlight any one of my students. So typically, I think what should happen is I should spotlight myself. And it says the host has spotlighted your video for everyone. That way, the teacher, if they are in speaker view, the teacher is full screen and you will get some boxes on the right. Now, if I want to maybe say one of the kids has a question or wants to do a presentation or talk to the class or something like that, I can spotlight somebody else. And it happens the same way. I click these little three boxes at the top and I hit spotlight video. And then their video is full screen for everybody. And then when you want to talk again, you can go back and spotlight yourself. All right, so this is what it would look like for speaker view from the participant's perspective. They have full screen, and then they have all these little boxes. And if the spotlight changes, if I change it back to my regular camera, now the teacher is teaching here, and all the other participants are right there. And the participants, from the participant side, can change this, and they can actually minimize these. If your child is a little too easily distracted, they can minimize all the other kids and only see the teacher. Super cool. But this teacher has to spotlight them. Otherwise, it's going to be doing one of the other two modes, like the gallery view or the speaker view that is actually changing all the other shots. So you can have just one box. You can have all the other boxes here. You can also, as the parent, switch back to gallery view if you want to. If you hit gallery view, you can see all the boxes. When you go back to speaker view, it's going to be whoever is spotlighted. So now I'm going to cancel the spotlight. And what I'm going to do, if I am the parent, if I go to, let's say, gallery view, because that's kind of the standard view, right? So if I'm in gallery view as the parent or the student or whatever, and, it gets really distracting to watch all these other kids, and my teacher isn't spotlighting a particular camera, what I can do is I can take one of these videos and I can pin it. And basically that is replicating the spotlight feature. So I can pick the teacher's camera and pin her or him, and that will lock them in, and I get basically what spotlight looks like. So I think there's two different ways to do it. It's either a matter of the teacher's being able to spotlight themselves or spotlight other students or however they want to operate, or the parents or adults or caretakers or whatever actually pinning the teacher's video and making it so they are full screen, because this is so much easier to read a book or do a drawing or something in this view than it is when I am one of these little boxes. And obviously this is only with 4 cameras currently. I know a lot of the other classes are a lot bigger than this, so these boxes get smaller the more people are at it. Now, I know this is a lot to do as a teacher and still teach. I get it. I totally understand. I know not all of this is going to be possible. I'm just hoping that maybe someone can grab these tips and, gain something from it. And that's all I'm hoping for here. So muting mics on entry and spotlighting are the 2 things that I think would change a lot. Now, I was going to talk about doing muting and unmuting as the host, but apparently Zoom decided to do an update in the middle of May that does not allow you as the host to unmute people anymore, which is very frustrating because you get a whole bunch of kids in here. If they mute their mic, you can't unmute it, which I understand the privacy concerns around it. I totally understand. But up until May 20th of 2020, that was an option. The host could mute and unmute all the participants. If the participant muted themselves, the host could not unmute them. But now you can't do that. So that's a bummer, but I was hoping to try to do that, and apparently you can't. Between the spotlight and the muting and the pinning and all of that, I think it's going to really help with the experience. And I think whatever we can do to help our kids focus in this environment is good. It's going to be we're going to have to adapt. There's just no way around it. We're going to have to adapt, and we all need to be patient. This is a learning curve for everyone. So just be patient with your teachers, be patient with tech support, be patient with, your principals and the other parents. Just do the best you can, and we'll get through it. All right, if you guys have any questions or want me to do a tutorial on something else or whatever, please shoot me a message, leave me a comment. I'm happy to help however I can.